Okay, welcome everybody. My name is Peter Zanoni. I'm the city manager for Corpus Christi. And welcome to our 3 o'clock media health update for the community. I'm going to do some City of Corpus Christi updates. And with me today is County Judge Barbara Canales, who will provide some additional information on the county's stay-at-home order that was released yesterday. And then finally, Annette Rodriguez, our health director, will provide an update on the drive-through testing that took place this morning, as well as provide an update on our phone bank services. Did you want to translate any of that? Is that too much? Or? Okay.
Otorgaron el día de ayer y la directora del Departamento de Salud va a dar información sobre las pruebas realizadas esta mañana.
Okay, I'd like to start though on my part by assuring our residents that the city and the county and our medical professionals and other agency partners continue to work together to slow the spread of COVID-19 in our Nueces County community and save lives.
Quiero decirle a los residentes que todas nuestras agencias continúan trabajando para poder otorgar toda la información actualizada sobre las pruebas realizadas del COVID-19.
And because we want our residents to know the number of current cases that we have of COVID-19 in our community, we've developed a communication method to let the public know with certainty and the same time of day each day the number of confirmed cases that we have for COVID-19 in Nueces County.
Y queremos decirle a los residentes que hemos trabajado con un plan de comunicación para poder otorgar todas las cifras más recientes sobre los pacientes que cuentan con el virus COVID-19.
And that process includes communicating every day with the media on the current number, as well as placing the information on the city-county joint COVID-19 website.
En esa información se encuentra la información que se le otorga a los medios de comunicación y la información que se sube diariamente hacia la página web.
We also share that information with our elected officials to include the mayor, city council, county commissioner, commissioner court members, state and local delegation, and other personnel that meet with us every day as part of our emergency operations center.
Esa información también se la otorgamos a nuestros oficiales electos, entre ellos al condado, a los comisionados, al alcalde, entre otras agencias.
And I'll share that information today on the number of cases. This is as of yesterday at 4 o'clock. We're running the cases through the day each day, and then at 4 we'll stop, and then we report out at 4:30. So as of yesterday, there are a total of 14 cases of COVID-19 in Nueces County. There are 0 deaths in Nueces County because of this virus. Of those 14, 10 are male and 4 are female. The age group for those that are impacted or have the virus, 6 of the 14 are in the age category of 40 to 49. 5 are in the age category of 60 to 69. And then there's a few others in some of the other age categories.
Las cifras más recientes son un total de 14 personas. Hasta el momento no hay ninguna persona fallecida por esta enfermedad. Son 10 hombres en el total de los casos, 4 mujeres. Entre el rango de edades, 6 personas cuentan de entre 40 a 49 años, 5 personas de 60 a 69.
And the number of tests that our laboratory has taken, or analyzed, I should say, here at the Nueces County Corpus Christi Health District is a total of 33 tests have been analyzed in our labs here locally.
El condado de Nueces ha llevado a cabo un total de 33 pruebas en nuestro laboratorio local.
Okay, great. So those are the statistics. What I want to do now is provide you an update on some of our operations in light of the Nueces County order to stay home. That does include just a quick update on our Gulf and Bay beaches. And so the message, the key thing to know is that our beaches remain open in the city of Corpus Christi and in those areas controlled by Nueces County.
Como parte de la información actualizada es sobre las operaciones que se llevan a cabo aquí en la ciudad. La bahía y las playas se encuentran abiertas, así como las playas pertenecientes al condado de Nueces.
However, in the stay-at-home order, there is a curfew for the beaches, and all beaches should be closed at 8 p.m. So consistent with that, the city of Corpus Christi will be closing our beaches from access at 8 p.m., both for the Gulf beaches as well as the Bay beaches within the city.
A pesar de las órdenes que se dieron el día de ayer, los parques y las playas se encuentran abiertas, pero se siguen adheriendo a las órdenes que se tenían antes. Las playas en el Golfo y las playas en la bahía se cierran a las 8 de la noche.
And in addition to that, access to our beaches will continue to be monitored by our Corpus Christi Police Department to ensure that no vehicles are parked within 100 feet of each other.
Además de ese horario, las playas continúan siendo monitoreadas por el Departamento de Policía para asegurar que los vehículos no se encuentran estacionados más cercanos a 100 pies de uno del otro.
And then another operational update for the city is dealing with our libraries, our public libraries. And our public libraries have been closed to the public now for several days due to the coronavirus and the goal to stop the spread. However, our library team is offering, this is a new offering, online requests for books and other media that they can check out at the library, and we'll provide that to the patron via curbside pickup.
Las bibliotecas continúan cerradas al público debido al virus. Cada biblioteca está ofreciendo a todos los residentes quienes quieran retirar algún libro de ellas, poder hacer el requisito a través del web y pueden recogerlo en la banqueta.
And the process is pretty simple. So residents over the phone or using internet can request a book or an electronic medium from the library. That order is placed during normal business hours for the library. And then the city person or the resident can then drive to the library, and a city staff person will take that material out to the patron between the hours of 2 and 5:30, Monday through Friday.
La manera en que esto funciona es de que un residente puede llamar por teléfono o puede hacer el pedido a través del internet a la biblioteca en donde quiera retirar algún libro, y el horario de servicio de cada biblioteca es el horario regular, pero los libros se pueden recoger entre 2 de la tarde a las 5:30 de la tarde.
Okay. And that is available at our main library downtown and our 5 branch libraries that we have throughout the community.
Este servicio se encuentra disponible en las 6 bibliotecas con las que cuenta la ciudad.
Okay, and so the city and the county have several partners to help fight the spread of COVID-19 and keep the community informed. I want to highlight one this afternoon, which is Lamar Advertising, and I don't know if we have, there we go, on our screen. Lamar Advertising, which is a billboard advertiser in Corpus Christi, has donated up to 13 digital billboards throughout our city limits to provide messaging to our community. You can see some examples on the screen this afternoon. Some of these are live in our roadways already. Some of the messaging includes win by staying in. That's a good one, win by staying in. Stop the spread of COVID-19. Another good one is 6 feet away keeps coronavirus away, or actually it keeps coronavirus at bay. That's pretty unique to our city, right? So 6 feet away keeps coronavirus at bay. And then we have one about reminding those folks how to stop the spread, to include washing your hands, no contact of your face, and don't touch your eyes or your ears or mouth.
También le quiero decir que la agencia publicitaria Lamar ha donado 13 anuncios espectaculares con diferente información, recordándole a la gente de las medidas a tomar para poder evitar la propagación del virus COVID-19.
Okay, good. So again, thanks to Lamar Advertising and the many individuals and businesses that have stepped up and are helping us in our community to keep it safe and keep our residents safe. My final update before I turn it over to Judge Canales is I wanted to inform the community of 8 firefighters that have come in contact with a patient who had coronavirus. And we learned this late last night. We knew we would be briefing the community via this press event today. and so we want to share it through this format today. We have 8 firefighters that are currently in quarantine. Last week on March 19, the Corpus Christi Fire Department team of 6 firefighter and firefighter paramedics responded to a call for service in the Annabelle area. The patient that they were responding to was suffering from heart issues and potentially congestive heart failure was the call for service.
También les quiero dar información de que un grupo de paramédicos y bomberos el pasado 19 de marzo acudió a una llamada en el área de Annabelle con un paciente quien estaba teniendo problemas del corazón y esos 6 paramédicos de un grupo de 8 paramédicos y bomberos tuvieron que estar bajo cuarentena debido a la exposición con la persona quien cuenta con el virus.
And so that incident was March 19, which is about a week ago. But we learned late last night that the patient who was transported ultimately and who had the heart issue tested positive for COVID-19.
Nos enteramos anoche de que esa persona, ese paciente, cuenta con el virus COVID-19.
And so as a result, once we learned that yesterday, 5 of the 6 firefighters were placed into quarantine. The 6th firefighter, as determined by our health department, was not in close enough contact with the patient and therefore did not have to go into quarantine. They will stay in quarantine until April 2nd. One of the 5 firefighters who is in quarantine wasn't feeling that well yesterday, and so we actually sent him through the drive-through tests this morning to test him to see if he may have obtained the COVID-19 virus. We don't have the results yet, but we'll notify you as when we do.
Como resultado de la exposición de los bomberos a la persona quien cuenta con el virus, 5 de ellos fueron puestos bajo cuarentena. Uno de los 5 se le llevó a cabo la prueba para determinar si cuenta con el virus y se tendrá esa información pronto.
Okay, so the 5 of the 6 that were responding to the call placed into quarantine. Additionally, after further tracing, as help through our health department staff, 3 additional firefighters in the firehouse may have come into contact with one of those 5. So we, as a precaution, have placed those into quarantine as well. So we have a total of 8 firefighters in quarantine that will last through April 2nd. That concludes the City of Corpus Christi's updates for today. I'm going to share the podium now with Judge Barbara Canellis.
Good afternoon, everyone. As you all know, yesterday we issued in Nueces County stay-at-home orders, and we have received many, many questions. Really, they started immediately after the press conference ended, and they continue to this moment, and we want to say, keep your questions coming. We will do our best to answer each and every one of them as fast as we can. For today, I've received many, sometimes through my own email or text, many through the judge's office. What we think would be most efficient is to set up a particular number where you can call, and starting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., the city has graciously allowed their city attorney to join forces with our county attorney, and together they will help man the phone lines and help answer questions that have come up as a result of the order. One of the things that I would like to stress to everyone listening today is that when we decided how we would develop a short list, if you will, of critical infrastructure businesses, we use the Department of Homeland Security list, and we have actually placed that list on our website so that everyone can understand how we determined what would be a critical infrastructure business. However, if you don't see your business on that critical infrastructure list, or if you don't see it specifically detailed inside the order once you read it, and I would remind everyone the order is online, nuecesco.com, please, you should think to yourself, is this a business that services one of these essential businesses? Because if you are, then you too are exempt from this order. And if you have questions or concerns, we can help you make that determination, and we can help you interpret. It's best that if it's not 100% clear to you, give us a call. We're happy to answer these questions. If today there is an absolute need to have your question answered before tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., and I would remind you that our order takes effect tonight at midnight, I cheated here, wrote down on my piece of paper, and I've transferred it here. You may call the office of the county attorney, and her number is 361-888-0381. That's for today. By tomorrow morning, we will have a new number, and we're going to publish that to the media for this evening's news. They're still setting up those phone lines now. So if you have to have something answered immediately, we're going to recommend that today you call 361-888-0381, or you can email Ms. Laura Jimenez at nueces.countyattorney@nuecesco.com. We'll provide this to the media as well. So I want to emphasize that the orders, as I said yesterday, this is an order for public health and safety. There have been many questions regarding the enforceability of these orders. And I'd like to stress, after visiting with the sheriff today, how important it is to understand the spirit of the order. The spirit of the order is that we want to protect people. We want to save lives. That's the reason the orders were issued. There is not going to be a mad dash to arrest people or to stop people for probable cause, to ask them what they're doing on the street. That's not the spirit or the intent of the order. And I believe the sheriff has also, he's here with me today, and he's here to support that message. I will also give this small caveat. Just like in any law, if there is a blatant disregard for that law, an intentional recklessness, of course, it is the duty of law enforcement to enforce the rule of law, and they will. But our spirit is to make sure people stay home if they can, if they're not part of that essential business, pyramid. Or the most important reason to stay home is if you can remotely work from home. So I think I hope that helps clarify the enforceability aspect of this order. In addition, I want to also discuss just a little bit the concept of how we can really message the opportunities that we have here in our community. There are so many organizations that everybody is somehow affiliated with. And although we have reduced our ability to worship in mass congregations, we have not reduced our ability to be spiritually connected to one another. And now more than ever, I would encourage you to repeat our message of stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe. Finally, let me say we've received many inquiries at our office acknowledging that they are critical businesses. They're essential, either by retail or by residents or critical infrastructure or healthcare. And they say, how can we prove that we are? And we have devised a method that we think is efficient. There will be a letter posted on our website in template form for employers to be able to quickly download, fill in the blank on their letterhead, print, and give to their employees. Again, let me stress, this is just out of an abundance of caution. It always feels good to be reminded in writing that you are part of this essential pyramid structure. But once again, I'd like to also remind you that this is just for the purpose of ease for the employer and the employee. So there won't be any worry or any concern or any panic. Remember, if you're a company that's providing a service to somebody who's essential, you're included too. And I think that these orders have a very broad brushstroke for the purpose that we understand that we couldn't possibly delineate and write every single business in an order. It would take too long. So we decided that we would use language that would help us find nexuses, connections, connecting the dots, if you will, between the business that you have and the businesses that are essential. And all of those will come under the umbrella of essential. So with that, I'd like to say thank you. I have received at Nueces County so much support in the last few hours since the orders were issued. Support from our county commissioners, whose complete willingness to step up to the plate and help in their own precincts, their ability to say, how can we be a part of the solution? We've heard about the small business consideration that you announced yesterday. And so what I want to share with you is that this is a team approach at Nueces County. And we know that all of you listening are also part of our Nueces County team. And it starts right here with City Manager Zanoni and the city staff, our other mayors and jurisdictions throughout Nueces County. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for lifting me up personally. Thank you for lifting up our team. And I'd like to return the favor. So I want to say thank you to all of you who understand that these orders are for the direct purpose of keeping people safe. Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to have Annette Rodriguez, our health director, provide an update from her perspective.
Ahora a continuación vamos a tener a la directora de los servicios públicos de salud, Annette Rodríguez.
Thank you, Peter. I would like to provide the residents with an update on the drive-through that we had this morning. This morning's testing went smoothly and was extremely successful. The testing began sharply at 7 this morning and ended promptly at 9 a.m.
Le quiero prever a todos los residentes una información actualizada con las pruebas que se llevaron a cabo el día de hoy desde los vehículos. El día de hoy las pruebas se llevaron a cabo con mucho éxito. Estas pruebas comenzaron a las 7 de la mañana y terminaron a las 9 de la mañana.
The drive-through testing limits exposure for our first responders, our hospital personnel, our doctors, healthcare workers, and the public. Residents are pre-screened through the phone bank for testing in order to maximize efficiency and utilize supplies and personnel as carefully as possible.
Las pruebas llevadas a cabo el día de hoy en los vehículos limitan la exposición hacia nuestros elementos de emergencia, a los hospitales, a los doctores, a las oficinas de doctores y al público. Los residentes se les lleva a cabo una evaluación previa por teléfono para poder así maximizar la eficiencia y utilizar los suministros y el personal con el mayor cuidado posible.
Our staff is busy answering the phones as well as doing contact tracing. Again, I encourage our residents to contact the Corpus Christi Nueces County Public Health District if they think that they have symptoms of the coronavirus or any other questions. You can call us at 361-826-7200. I will now turn it back over to City Manager Peter Zanoni.
Nuestros empleados se encuentran ocupados contestando todas las llamadas del público para poder así atender a todas esas llamadas. El número a llamar es el 361-826-7200. Ahora va a hablar el administrador de la ciudad.
Okay, great. Thank you. So that concludes our press event for today. We're here to answer any questions that you may have. So we did have that one person from either the weekend or Monday that we had in our count initially, but their primary residence is not here. We'll continue to update the community on those if they continue to occur. There was just one non-Nueces County person. That person is, by CDC guideline and direction, they're counted in their primary residency. So we don't want to confuse the national statistics or even the Texas or even our local. So somebody that can happen across the country where somebody's not residing in their primary residence, and if they're tested by a local health authority like ours, that authority may get that number, but ultimately it's the authority of their primary resident that needs to report on it and count it. Any other questions? Okay. The cities in Nueces County? Of the 14 that we have from our count yesterday, 13 are from the city of Corpus Christi, and one is from the city or town of Robstown. I guess the city, is it considered? The city of Robstown. So 1 from Robstown, 13 from Corpus Christi, for the total of 14 that we have through yesterday. As of 4 o'clock, because we'll go back a day, so as of 4 o'clock yesterday, with our official count of 14, 1 from Robstown, 13 from Corpus Christi. Yes. Yeah, we have a second testing location not finalized. We looked at a total of 4, and we've narrowed it down to 1 or 2 finalists. And so once we're completely final on that, we'll let the community know. Today was 39. Yeah, excuse me, we're supposed to repeat those questions. So the question was how many patients went through our drive-through testing site? And the answer is 39. That was this morning, early this morning. We can speak to that, not to cause confusion. So the question is, well, the statement was that Mayor Boujan of Port Aransas has stated that he has 2 cases in his city, and our numbers will come out at 4:30 today. Our new process, and they should include those 2 additional persons at a minimum. And that is accurate that 2 Port Aransas persons tested positive for COVID-19. No, we're not told. We're aware of that incident because we were informed by Port Aransas. Well, the same, yeah. We talked to the city of Port Aransas. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. Thank you.